What's going on, guys? Vinny here with Kelly T's Black Metal Reviews. So this week I checked out a band from Cape Town, South Africa called Skedel and their album Ultra-Nihilism. The best way I could describe it, it's kind of like an industrial, a blackened industrial project with elements of new wave and post-punk. It had an 80s feel at times, and it also kind of was reminiscent of some of like Pig and Nine Inch Nails mid-90s work at certain parts. So I'm just going to jump right in with it. The first song was called Spit a Star. That's track one. It comes in with this cool flanger phaser intro. It sets like the tone for like a dark ambience. It's heavy, really atmospheric in its entirety. It almost like sounded like a storm, like you were walking into a blizzard of static or something of that nature. The second track was As We Reach the End of Time, which really had kind of like a Burzum-esque feel, like the prison Burzum, that type of feel to it, with like that hypnotic droning in a sense. It was really like a dirty underground type thing. Track 3 of the album was Sense 1. Now there was a few parts of this record where they had intro track and then as well as a body track. Sense 1 is the first of those tracks. It had like an off-tempo drumming with the vocal combination. It was almost kind of like a grueling straining, very Dungeon-esque. Track 4 was Silence for Eternity. It had like a heavy fuzz to it. The tone was almost like a foily tone. Real cool kind of like neo-industrial sound. Track 5 was Still Life 1. This is another one of those where they have a continuation track, which this track had a really 80s feel. It was like post-punk in a sense. Track 6 was I Don't Agree with the World. It was a cool sound, really hollow, kind of chilling at points. Track 7, Still Life 2. The continuation of Still Life 1. It's almost as though Still Life 1 is like the intro to this concept, as not so much the intro to the track, but like the idea behind the track, if you get what I'm saying. Track 8 was the title track, Ultra-Nihilism. It was instrumental. It delivered on ambience heavily, and the synth had like a haunted house feel. It was really cold. Track 9 was You Should Think of Yourself. It sounded a lot like KUKL, which is a underground Crass-esque band from the 80s. They were on Crass Records, if you guys are familiar with like some deep cut punk stuff. KUKL was Bjork's first band, if that helps. So it had that kind of feel. It was really scattered yet kind of cohesive. Track 10 was Sense 2. As with Still Life 1 and 2, it's the intro and then the body. It was really gut-wrenching and like brutal with the electronics. And then the album closed out with Close Your Eyes, which was a great way to close out a record, in my opinion. It was almost like a dark kiss goodnight. It was really cool. So overall, I mean, I would say this isn't really my cup of tea, but it's an effort I can appreciate for sure. If you're a BM fan who delves into industrial, you might dig this. It's scattered but decently composed, and it paints the image of emptiness and heartache, which is what we're always looking for. So that was that. That was my first review for Kelly T. I hope to be talking to all you guys again soon.